Welcome to another episode of Fluentease, your podcast to improve your English step by step and learn about culture in a fun and natural way. Today's episode is all about Halloween, its origins, traditions, and how it's celebrated today. At the end, I'll give you a listening quiz to test your understanding. So listen carefully. Halloween began over 2,000 years ago with an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain. The Celts lived in what is now Ireland, the UK, and northern France. They celebrated Samhain at the end of October to mark the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter, a time they believed the spirits of the dead returned to visit the living. To keep the ghosts away, people lit bonfires and wore costumes made from animal skins and heads. Later, when Christianity spread to Europe, the church created a holiday called All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows' Day. The night before, it became known as All Hallows' Eve, and eventually Halloween. Today, Halloween is celebrated mainly in the United States, Canada, Ireland, and the United Kingdom, and it's spreading to many other parts of the world. People decorate their homes with spooky themes like skeletons, ghosts, pumpkins, and cobwebs. One of the most popular traditions is trick-or-treating. Children wear costumes and go from house to house saying, "Trick or treat." Homeowners give them candy or small treats. The phrase means that if you don't get a treat, you might play a small trick. But don't worry, it's usually just for fun. Another tradition is carving pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns. People cut out faces on pumpkins and place candles inside them to make them glow. This comes from an old Irish story about a man named Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil and was cursed to wander the earth forever, with only a carved turnip to light his way, later changed to a pumpkin in America. Adults also celebrate Halloween by going to costume parties, watching horror movies, visiting haunted houses, and enjoying the spooky atmosphere. Now let's see how much you remember. I'll ask you 5 questions. Try to answer them out loud or in your head. I will give you the answer shortly after the question, so pause if you need more time. Let's start with question 1. Where did Halloween originally come from? Halloween came from the ancient Celtic festival Samhain. Question 2. What did people do during Samhain to keep spirits away? People lit bonfires and wore costumes to keep away spirits. Question 3. What does trick or treat mean? Trick or treat means children ask for candy, or they might play a small trick for fun. Question number 4. What is the origin of the jack-o'-lantern? The jack-o'-lantern comes from an Irish story about Stingy Jack, who carried a carved turnip that became a pumpkin later in America. Our last question, number 5. Name one way adults celebrate Halloween today. Adults celebrate by going to parties, watching scary movies, or visiting haunted houses. How did you do? If you got all 5, great work. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode and want to improve your English even faster, visit our website www.fluentease.net. There you can book private online classes with expert tutors who will help you practice speaking, listening, pronunciation, all customized to your level and goals. Right now, you can use the coupon code Halloween2 to get 10% off your first class at the checkout. Don't wait. Book your first lesson today and start speaking more fluently with Fluentease. Thank you for listening to today's episode. We'll see you next time at Fluentease. And happy Halloween!